We're gonna start here, okay? Count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Literally sign out.
Oh, there we go. Now we're on. Welcome everybody to the pack panel here at Minecon. This is Expo 1, this little panel room, so it's very exclusive, a little more intimate. There's less of you here, so hopefully this will be a good experience for everyone who is able to make it here today. So I guess we'll kick this off with some introductions for those of you out there in the crowd who aren't super familiar with us. There's a lot of parents that are looking at me with some clueless eyes, wondering, what is this? Why am I here? Why do my children want to see this? And we'll go ahead and we'll start with that. So my name is Mitch, or bajancanadian, and to my right is...
Hi, I'm Jerome ASF, which my real name's Jerome, so no mystery there, but hello guys, what's going on?
I'm Preston, otherwise known as Preston Plays. Not to, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm the Flower King. No, Mr. Waffles here. Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, and I'm Lachlan, of course, as well, and formerly known as. And I'm Vic123, and what we go back down, what we can also, is we're from across the world. So I'm from just outside London, the UK, then we've got Australia, Brisbane,
Canada,
Texas.
the Texas, you gotta hand that over here. I'm used to be from Canada, now I live in Florida.
And I'm from New Jersey, just moved down to Florida with this guy, so.
Yeah, so today we're going to go ahead and do a couple of sort of general topics that we get a lot of questions out when we go to different events. A lot of you ask these questions, and some of them are real simple. We've already introduced ourselves, but now we always get, how did you meet each other, and what really got you into Minecraft? So as I go ahead and pull up the list of all of our more minor topics here, I'm going to pass it off to Jerome so he can kick this off for how we sort of all met each other, and we'll kick it off. Let's do it.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess if you ask any of us how we met each other, you're gonna get a different story because we all kind of met each other at different times. But I know me personally, I ended up meeting this guy actually from my childhood. He lived in my hometown. I've known him since I was 10 years old. He moved away really quickly after that, but we never lost contact. And video games actually ended up keeping us together, and we ended up doing YouTube videos together from there, and here we are now. And then after that, when Mitch moved away, he moved to Montreal and eventually met a fellow Montreal YouTuber, Rob. Then we also, along the way, met Preston through Rob, and then, of course, just in time, we came across Vic and Lachlan just from doing Minecraft servers and things like that. Does anyone have any other stories of how we all met?
I think that pretty much covers the topic. Actually, I was invited by this guy right here to play a map called, Revenge of the Taco. And that's how my YouTube journey began with these guys, by playing a Minecraft map about tacos. Evil tacos.
I think for me the main thing was, because Preston and myself, kind of started off with a thing called Pixelmon, which is kind of this guy's big ups, Pixelmon. No one wanted to record with me,
We're still there.
I don't know why. Yeah, I guess that's kind of true. I had no idea why, and no one wanted to record with me, and then all of a sudden this guy, my knight in shining armor, shows up on what was it? It wasn't a dragon.
It's a Flygon.
It was a Flygon, yeah. Sand, what is that bad boy? Flying grass. I know my Pixelmon, man.
You got it wrong, but whatever.
Let's roll. Flying Dark, he was so good. Anyway, so he comes in flying, and I did my first episode of Pixelmon with him. We started this epic journey together. We looked for fossils and grew our Pixelmon, and we grew the relationship ever since then. So that's how we started, at least, and that was my biggest thing.
Yeah, I think the big thing with me and Minecon is I met pretty much everyone here for the first time, except this guy, just on the right. But yeah, the last Minecon in Orlando, I met for the first time Mitch and Jerome. I didn't even speak to them online beforehand, so yeah, that's pretty much where I met them. And this guy. as well. But Rob, I sort of talked to him a little bit because, you know, he was needing friends and whatnot. But yeah.
Almost got forgotten about that, but for me, it's nothing too far out of what everyone else has said. Being the end person on a panel is like the worst, because they've all answered the same question as you, so I'm like, what can I actually say? But it is a similar way, and one thing that was always strange for us is that we kind of knew of each other a long time before we knew each other. For example, I'd been making videos for the past 5-6 years, since, you know, the early Call of Duty games. That's where it started for me, and obviously moved on to Minecraft. But I knew of Rob and Preston, who were both doing the same thing, and we knew of each other, but our paths had never crossed until there was this game Minecraft, and we realized how much we could do with it, how much potential there was on YouTube for all the different content, and that's when we started, you know, realizing we could record so many videos together, have a lot of fun doing it, and it's become something we never expected it to be. And a lot of that is thanks to all of you guys, so a massive thank you to all of you for just being you.
Yeah. So the next question we had on the list that we get asked a lot is what our favorite mini games are or our favorite things to record. So for me personally, I film almost all my videos with this guy, and for my favorite thing overall has to be Hunger Games. I just love how competitive it is. And, well, we've been doing it in a while now. I think me and Mitch combined together have filmed 500 episodes each, right?
I've got just about 700 now.
Yeah, so we've been doing it in a while. So that's my personal favorite, and I think that for the most part, our viewers pretty much share the same view on that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll mix it up a bit. Jerome did say Hunger Games, and you know, you would think that'd be the predictable, easy answer for me to shout out because of the 700 episodes there. But I'd say my favorite is probably Battle, though, just because it's a lot more competitive and more interesting. There's more to it, and there's also some history and story behind, like, sort of us all meeting each other. Because as far as, you know, all the guys this way, minus Lachlan, we met him at Minecon. But these three gentlemen, we really got closer through playing that minigame. Surprising, it's kind of weird.
First Minecraft video on my channel was
it a Battle Dome?
Yeah, it was a Battle Dome.
Yeah. And that's how we actually met Vic back in the day too, was he was on the opposing team typically, and so that's how that went down. So I'm a big fan of Battle Domes, that's for sure. They're so much fun.
Well, Mitch time. So, yeah, I'll explain that a little bit. So Mitch time is this great thing known as whatever works for Mitch, works for Mitch. And you know what? If it makes everybody else not do as well, that's okay, because as long as Mitch does...
Yeah, so thanks for coming to the panel. That's going to do it. And we're running on Mitch time.
And that's a prime example of Mitch time. Now, my favorite minigame thing to record is parkour. I love parkour. I don't know why. Jumping on blocks, and it's so addictive. And all you do is jump on blocks, but there's so many different blocks. I
gotta jump on them all.
Oh my gosh. So yeah.
You got sponge?
There's slime blocks. So many blocks to jump on, but mine is definitely parkour.
You gotta love the ice blocks on soul sand on ice blocks. Wow. Love those jumps. Keep them coming. I would say for me, probably one of the favorite things I've done so far has been factions. It's probably been the most difficult to learn if anyone has dipped into that sort of game mode. It takes hours and hours and hours building bases, cannons. Amazing how Minecraft can be manipulated to create this sort of game. And me and Preston have both recorded probably about 300 episodes of it. And we started off complete and total noobs, and now we can actually, you know, hold our own in the community. So that's probably my favorite journey for sure.
All right, I think I'm about to steal Vic's right now, and that would be How to Minecraft. I mean, early on it was Pixelmon, but you know.
Lachlan, I love your Pixelmon.
Thanks. But yeah, no, Pixelmon was a huge part of my channel early on, like 2 years ago when I first started. But you know, I moved on to other things, and right now the favorite thing for me to record is definitely How to Minecraft. You know, that community aspect and SMP. I mean, let's be real, half people quit. Preston, but you know, it's still fun, and I have a lot of fun with people that still play, and yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd have to agree with Lachlan on that one as well. An SMP server is something we've never done before. SMP meaning survival multiplayer, I think. Yeah, okay, there we go. And it's, for those people that don't know, it's a server that we had kind of all decided to record our own series on. And they weren't necessarily series together, so we could all work on our own projects and build and event, and then come together and collaborate. We did a whole season of that spanning over a few months. then it went so well, we decided to stop for a little while, work on an even better Season 2, which has been so much fun. We've had stuff custom coded in. That's the most amazing thing about Minecraft. Almost anything you can think of can be coded in, so we really want to kind of keep pushing the boundaries of that as we move forward. So yeah, for me, How to Minecraft is my favourite thing to record.
Major O'Donnell, Ralph?
Yes, Robert Pulaski.
What is the next thing on the agenda, my friend?
Oh, well, we can move on to the third and final most common questions that we get at these panels, and that is what we want to see added to the game itself. So, I remember actually last Minecon, I made a comment about better sprinting, or it might have been packs. I might have my panels mixed up here, but either way, I always wanted to see that hold the button to sprint. Very boring, I know, I'm not the most exciting person. But let's go ahead and knock out sort of the things we'd love to see added to the game that aren't already there, and might be in a mod pack already, but we'd like to see it in the game itself. So I'll pass it off to Jerome to kick this one off.
Can I throw in a wild card? Because we were asked before, and I was like, I have no idea. Did I? Well, I beat you to it. See you later, bro. So one thing that you would like to add, and one thing that you would like to see taken out.
Oh, okay. Throwing a little curveball in there. Well, for me, the one thing I'd like to see added is a lot more weapon variety. So I understand you can use, like, my axes are my favorite weapon, but the thing is, they're just weaker versions of swords. There's no abilities for it. So I'd like to see maybe make the axes, like a battle axe, more powerful, does more damage than a sword, but maybe it goes a little slower, or something like that. There are tons of different cool things that you could do, and I think adding a variety of weapons and different types of mechanics to them would just be an amazing addition to Minecraft. As for things I would remove, now Rob, you really caught me on the edge here. I'm trying to think.
It's a tough one.
Probably anything I'd remove 100% would have to be notch apples. I don't see, like, when you're doing PvP, when someone eats a notch apple, you literally cannot kill them. It's like, it's just not enjoyable. So I just don't see the point in them. I think removing the overpowered gold apples and just keeping the regular ones would probably be. So battle axes and remove the super overpowered gold apples.
Okay, that's fair, that's fair, that's fair. I think what I would want to see added to the game is more bosses, more things that just randomly spawn throughout the landscape, not like an Ender Dragon where you have to go to the end portal, not a Wither where you have to assemble it and have it spawn yourself. I would love to see some things, the same way creepers, spiders, skeletons spawn it, that's obviously more powerful and a lot more rare in the environment. That would be really cool. I know a lot of mod packs do that. You've got Twilight Forest, the list goes on and on. I'm sure you play tons of Crazy Craft, for example. I'd love to see some boss-style mobs be in vanilla Minecraft. That would be really, really cool to come across randomly on your adventures. And one thing I'd like to see removed, as far as I'm going to say on the topic of mobs, I cannot stand witches. I don't know if I'm the only person here, but I'll be mining in a cave system or a shaft or whatever, and suddenly I'll turn around and literally get jump scared, splash the face with poison, and be quite furious.
Sorry to take that away. I see a fan there with a huge axe. Do you mind holding that up? Yeah, there we go. Sorry,
awesome.
just wanted to shout that out. That looked awesome.
All right, so if I was going to take anything out in the game, it'd have to be torches. Because every time I play any kind of minigame with anybody, they always spawn torches on me. And so, yeah, Mitch, he's notorious for that. So I have to say, no torches. Take those out. But as for things being added in, new ores would be awesome. Like, whenever you're mining, like, new ores, new, like, dungeons, like, kind of like strongholds and, like, abandoned mine shafts, like, finding that stuff while you're mining would be really cool. And then maybe something like a wizard staff, because you got the bows, you got the melee, PvP, but you don't have any, like, wizard or spells. And, like, imagine, like, you, like, could break down diamonds and they were, like, I don't know, they powered your sorcerer staff or whatever. I don't know, I think it'd be really cool.
Well, there are new structures coming in 1.9, last time I checked. Spoilers, but that was on Twitter and stuff, so I think most people know that. Well, Jerome, what I would like to add...
You keep putting me on the spot, Rob. What's going on?
Well, dude, I mean, that's my answer, bro, because as much as I love the notch apple, it's super cool. Man, that thing, when you pop it, you're just beasting and feasting, so I don't know, that's a rough one. One thing I would like to definitely see added is... I know this is going to sound extremely... I'm kind of going with the Flower King thing here, and I love that they added new flowers. I would love to see something more with farming. And that's just completely... I don't know if anyone would ever say that, but I think it's I think it's really cool how you get your wheat. Yeah, you get your wheat, you get your carrots, you get your potatoes, but then once you have a...
You are the most lame person in the pack.
I would love to see cactuses removed from the game.
Is anyone with Diamond Hoe out here?
There you go. So that's pretty much what I would like to see definitely added, for sure.
Geez, I have no idea. Let's add Pokemon. Let's do that one, yeah? Yeah. Let's just add Pokemon. Just chuck it in. Even though it's already a popular mod pack. But honestly, 1.9, really excited to see like the new combat system. You know, it's gonna hopefully not be like RuneScape and kill combat, but you know, it'll hopefully be cool on like faction servers and whatnot. But that's one thing I'm excited for. And was that ice or was that just water? Snow biome. But yeah, I don't really know what I want removed. I was going to say Notch Apple, but you know, end of the panel, so GG. And yeah.
Alright, so what I would add is, I don't know, it's a lot of things have been taken that I would have said. I would have added a lot of the more sensible options. So honestly, what I think I would do is I would add more brain cells to villagers. Anyone? Anyone? There we go. There we go. The AI for villagers melts my brain. I don't know if any of you have seen me go through struggles with villagers. Yeah, there we go. They walk into fire, they run away, they lock out their trades, they won't breed. They're just the worst, they're worst creatures in existence.
Well, Vic, perhaps maybe adding in a mechanism where they respond to commands, like you can tell them, follow me, and they'll actually follow you.
Oh my gosh. There we go. Needs to happen.
I have fixed Minecraft.
I feel like if we all shout it loud enough, who knows, maybe it'll end up there. But yeah, there we go, spur of the moment. And that's the great thing about Minecraft. Anything can be changed if it needs to be. And what I take out, list everything they said. Let's move on to what we have next.
Well, yeah, that was it for the frequently asked questions, but I kind of got one of my own. I think that would just be very interesting. So I'm going to ask the pack as well. What is your favorite mod currently in Minecraft? And why? I don't know, just... mod packs work as well. Mods, mod packs, just anything. I know, me personally, I like the ore spawn mod just because it adds in tons of dungeons, bosses, and just a lot more fun things to do. Armor, weapon, it just adds more of an adventure dynamic.
Oh, I'm gonna take it, because I know what all these gentlemen are thinking. Yeah, it's so much fun. Lucky Blocks are a blast, because, I mean, you never know what you're gonna get, and I'm sure tons of you play with them. And, you know, there's tons of different types, too. There's always a new one coming out every single week. And you can create them yourself, which is great, too. If you know how to do a little bit of programming, you can tweak with the code and create your own blocks yourself, which is really awesome. And I think I've totally messed with these guys, because they were
I'm cool. I'm cool.
You're good?
So, going back to what Jerome said he would add with kind of more diversity in PvP, player versus player in Minecraft, which is what we do a huge amount. Minecraft was never really designed for players to battle on it, but that's what we do on such a regular basis. That's where we really find the fun and the competitive spirit of Minecraft. So a mod that fits in perfectly with that, I don't think we've used enough, so if you guys want to see more of it, you'll have to let us know. But it's the Balkans weapon mod, which adds in all sorts of different weapons, using the same mechanics you're used to seeing, but there'll be crossbows, muskets, poison darts,